good, happy New Year's Day. How are we all doing? I hope we all had a good New Year's Eve, rocking in the new year. I know, as usual, my wife and I, we were in bed before 10 because, hey, that's what we do, you know. So, as I stated in an earlier video, I'm going to kind of do a year in review, the 2023, but I can tell you 2024 is starting off with a little clog. It seems the main drain from the house to the street clogged up, and of course I had to have some Roto-Rooter guy come out and unclog it. Thankfully he was only a few hours. So that was the start to my new year. Money. What else is new? So let's hope the remainder of this year does not go as this one began. So that would be that. So 2023, let's see, where should I begin? Started off, as I remember correctly, it started off very foggy and misty and dreary and overcast, and I was on that three-wheeled abomination called a Can-Am Spider, and I went and joined up with the local chapter, and all as I can say is that was absolutely positively dreadful. I mean, I had one guy I was next to texting, and I did record it. In fact, I should have recorded it and sent it to the Can-Am people who sponsor their local chapters to show you how safety orientated them guys are. But anywho, we got clowns in every group out there, so no harm, no foul. I branched off, I bailed out, I did my own thing that day, and remainder of the year was pretty cool. I mean, it was hot. Wife and I got a lot of good riding in. We you know, here and there every year went out to lunch now and then, out to Sebring, an 80-mile ride one way. And in first week of June we went out to Steinhatchee, Florida, to a resort up there. We spent a week up there, rode all around the Panhandle, and I believe they call it the Forgotten Coast, and that was really great. And I noticed that a mere 8,000 miles that the rear tire on that three-wheeled abomination was bald as in bald. So it was time to get new tire for that. That was not fun. I can't see spending $500 for one tire. Eee, so, and I never liked that bike. Not from the minute I drove it out of the dealership did I like it. So that's that. I would like to thank all my new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate it. And to my youngest subscriber, let me ask you, comment please, to my youngest subscriber, why are you here? Are you interested in motorcycles? Are you just following me for a follow? I appreciate the follow, but I can tell you truthfully, and this is the truth, and anybody that owns a motorcycle or a hot rod, they will tell you, if you get into motorcycles or you get into hot rods or cars, you will never have time for drugs, because you will always be broke. And that is the truth. So do it. And thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. So where was I? Oh, Steinhatchee, came home, needed a new rear tire, blah blah blah, on the abomination. Can-Am Spider, yeah, and what, okay, so we got home, started planning, sourcing out a tire, all that nonsense. Started planning for my road trip to Maine. Quickly realized that it was going to be a solo trip because my wife couldn't make it, and because doggy daycare was going to cost I don't know, an astronomical amount of money for doggy daycare. So it was a solo trip. I took an absolutely positively convoluted route to Maine. I left here, Manatee County, Florida. I left at about 3:45 in the morning. It was absolutely blistering. I mean, blistering hot. It was 81 degrees at 4 in the morning. Humidity was about 90%. And yeah, so that was that. And like I said, I took a convoluted route. I left Florida. I went up 75 around Ocala. I cut over to Highway 301, and from there I went up to Interstate 10. From Interstate 10 it was over to 95 and 95, and got stuck in traffic in Georgia for ever in the blazing heat, and went into South Carolina, picked up 26 to 77. 77 took me up to 81. 81 I took all the way up to, I believe it is Interstate 88 in New York. And from there I went over towards Albany, jumped on Route 9. I took 9 all the way over to Concord, New Hampshire, visited my sister for a bit. And then from there I took all back roads, scenic back roads, and every back road between Concord, New Hampshire and my brother's house in Maine. And then it was interstates all the way home to South Carolina. And South Carolina I stopped, visited a friend for a few days, and that was an excellent visit. Made me ribs, and we drank some hurricane rum. They only make it during hurricane season, which is really interesting. So yeah, gonna be about 10,000 houses in there. That's a lot of fun, huh? And what else? Yeah, so that was that. And when I got back from Maine, I was just totally disgusted with the three-wheeled abomination of a Can-Am Spider. I mean, I started searching for Harley Davidsons, and I had to get back on two wheels, hook or by crook. And I was looking at every kind of bike under the sun. I was looking at Honda Goldwings, and yeah, they just didn't do it for me. And I was looking at those big Kawasaki Voyagers, I believe, and yeah, they looked good, but yeah, those weren't doing it for me. And you know, I rode Harleys almost all my entire life, and I just had that Harley Davidson blood in my system, and I just couldn't get it out. So I started looking around, and I found this bank repo, and I went up and I talked, and we got a big bump coming up here, so I get close to the yellow. Ooh. And went up and talked turkey with the guy, and they didn't want to give me beans from my Can-Am Spider, even though it was only 50 weeks old. But I did it, and it was no money changed hands, so I was happy. And that was the key, not to have any money changed hands. And I have been riding it ever since. And since August I have, well, I shouldn't say, shouldn't jump too far ahead, because let's see, it was uneventful from July and August, and September was uneventful. October, we just went out and did little rides, went here and there, Went out to eat a couple of times on the Harley. And September, took my wife out, and well, before I took my wife out, she hurt her back. The dog gave her a good yank, and she hurt her back, and that laid her up. And had the Arcadia, Florida Bike Fest, and I came in from that only to find out that my nephew Glenn was killed in a motorcycle accident the night before. So that was a real downer, and I didn't waste any time. I went out the very next day and did a eulogy for him. You can watch that video. It's a eulogy for Glenn. And then after Glenn's memorial service, we're riding home, we're coming home, and we find out one of my wife's older sisters passed away. I was about to pass away, so my wife had to go upstate and see her before she went, and she went that night after my wife visited. So yeah, I know, pretty depressing, but that's the year in review. And in the past year, not the calendar year but fiscal year, my wife lost 3 members of her family. Started with her sister Carol, nephew Glenn, and then her sister Margie. So put a damper, and hurt her back. I hurt my back. Let's see, what else? COVID. Wife got COVID, so I finally got her out for a ride about a week ago, and we went out to the Frostproof Barbecue Company in Frostproof, Florida, and got way too much food to eat. Way too much food to eat. So yeah, what else? That's about it for the year in review. And then it was just kind of milling and mulling about, take short little rides and going here and there and trying to do my 2 videos a week upload. Sometimes the weather didn't permit, sometimes my schedule didn't permit, or I had other commitments and I couldn't get out, or I did go out and I just didn't record. But I don't record all the time. I do try to do 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, but I need something to talk about. I need you people to comment down below and tell me what you want to talk about. I can talk about anything. Motorcycles specifically. You know, and speaking of motorcycles, there are going to be a few changes. I think I got to change these handlebars. I mean, the A-Pangas, they're a cool look and everything, but man, they're not my cup of tea. I think I want to go back to the regular old factory handlebars that are way down there someplace. More comfortable, I believe. But anywho, that would be that. I did have my celebratory 3 fingers of moonshine last night. Slept really good. There's anybody who's drinking or is drank moonshine, yeah, you know it will pack a literal punch, so to speak. So what are we doing today? We're going to take an abbreviated ride. This here is the Manatee Reservoir. Yes, sirree. They allow boats on it. Interesting. Only in Florida. So that was about the year in review. Upcoming plans for 2024. Well, I would love to lose another 15 pounds. Hopefully I can do that by July, because in July we have plans to go up to the Ozark Mountains, probably the Eureka Springs area, or the Hot Springs area. I have my eyes set on Eureka Springs. It looks like the better option of the two. There we go. Get the old biker wave going. One of these days I'm going to turn that shock back down that I keep saying I turned up. That's starting to get annoying. So, but that's about it. I really don't have much more to say other than my year started off with a clog in the main drain line to the street because of the poor plumbing job that they did when they built the house. Well, when they set the house in place, because it's a manufactured home. How the plumbing inspector ever signed off on it? Well, I'll give you two guesses. They buried the line before we got there. So that's how that was accomplished. It's a beautiful day, 73 degrees. Can you folks all see that? I unzoomed the camera. I didn't like that 1.5 times zoom that I ran the past couple of videos. Just wasn't cutting it for me. We got Tiny House Village over there. No, microphone's not broken. I'm just letting you folks enjoy the scenery, farmland, countryside. Gonna be a quick little loop today. I want to get home. I want to jump on that elliptical machine. I want to start the new year off right. Yeah, that moonshine kind of made me sleep really good, and I didn't get up, got up late. Then it was time for coffee and blah 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 blah, and clog drain, blah blah blah. So let me know what some of you guys resolutions are. Comment down below. All right. No, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe and notification bell so you know when I get a new video. Guy out there haying. Got crops growing here. Looks like it could be strawberries or some sort of lettuce. Not really sure. Yeah, that's a nice big barn. I'd like that. I could live in that. So New Year's resolutions, did you folks make any? Let me know. Are New Year's resolutions just promises made to be broken? I know I gave up on New Year's resolutions years ago because I never kept them. You know, when I used to smoke, past tense, don't do that anymore. Hey, I'm gonna quit, yeah. It would make it all about maybe 4 hours. Lighten up again. That was one of those things I just had to do cold turkey. Yeah, baby. So, where was I? Oh yeah, New Year's resolutions. You folks got any? Or is it, like I said, is a New Year's resolution just a promise that's meant to be broken? I think is what happens. I think instead of making a resolution or making a promise to yourself, I think you have to make a commitment. I think that's the better way to do it. You know, it's 18 months ago I made a commitment to myself that I was going to be a healthier, better me, lose weight. I lost 112 pounds. I eat right. Well, not this holiday season I haven't. Whoa. And that's the truth. That's the honest truth. I ate terrible. But I did lose I did make the commitment to lose weight. I lost 112 pounds. I'm still committed to that. I'm committed to losing another 15. I would like to see that come off in July. That gives me, well, we'll call it 6 months, because you got to go all the way through June. So that gives me 6 months to lose 15 pounds, and that's just under 5 pounds a month. And if a lot of you people that have been following me forever, you'll realize that there were some months I was losing, I was losing 7, 8 pounds a month. So I can do it. I just have to get my backside in gear, so to say. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end this video in a minute or 3. I'm gonna go up here through these twisties. Hopefully my twisties will be unimpeded, but I just had 2 cars go by, so I'll be impeded. So, let me see. Yeah, now I got a Tropicana truck going through. Yeah, that's no fun. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, let them go. Got the Mustang, I got a guy coming up behind me. That's no fun. I'll be on these guys in a second. Yeah, no fun here, that's for sure. No fun here. Boo. Oh well. Mustang goes around. I will stay here behind the Tropicana truck because my turn is coming up in just about a mile and a half. Let's see, where was I? Yep, I'm gonna make this turn up here and then I'm gonna cut this video off. I've babbled long enough. I've did my little year in review. I had a big long thing written out for the phone, and with all the nonsense that was going on this morning with the backup and everything else, I accidentally deleted it. So that was that, and yeah, what can you do? It is what it is. So well, I will bid you folks adieu. A good day. I hope you all have a very prosperous and healthy and happy new year. So I will end this. Peace. God bless. Like and subscribe. Thank you.